on the double J for Barca, Joao Pedro and Julian Alvarez. For Joao Pedro, my understanding is that Chelsea have absolutely no intention to let Joao Pedro leave the club this summer. Chelsea believe that the new project that has to start this summer, 2026, the project has to start with Joao Pedro as a crucial part of that. So Chelsea wants Joao Pedro to stay. Then, I already told you, Barcelona loves Joao Pedro. Deco already wanted to sign Joao Pedro when he was at Brighton. Joao Pedro is a player that is super appreciated by Barcelona, that's for sure. If Barcelona could go for Joao Pedro for a normal price, they will do that for sure, guaranteed. So the conversations are real, but the chances, in this moment, Chelsea have absolutely no intention. Then, summer is long, if anything changes, I will let you know. But as of today, Chelsea have no plans to let Joao Pedro go. And obviously for Julian Alvarez it's complicated, because there are Premier League clubs, because there is Paris Saint-Germain, because Barcelona wants the player, but Atletico Madrid make it very expensive and very difficult. So the Julian Alvarez story has all the doors open. I keep telling you that sentence. All the doors open. Not only the Barcelona one, there are more doors open for Julian Alvarez, but he's the player who needs to understand what he wants to do next. And that's going to dictate his future. And so guys, let me...
Welcome back to Sky Sports Breakfast and welcome back to Dave. We're going to have a quick look through the morning's headlines. What you got for us today?
Yeah, a couple of bits on Chelsea this morning. Let's start with Joao Pedro and his future in the Daily Mail. This comes off the back of reports in Spain that Barcelona are looking at Joao Pedro. I think he's had a successful season at Chelsea despite the issues and the constant issues really that have plagued the club this season since Enzo Maresca left. But the Daily Mail today is saying that Joao Pedro is seen as one of Chelsea's untouchables. I guess that means he's alongside the likes of Cole Palmer in that bracket of top-tier players that Chelsea do not want to let go. But Barcelona obviously looking for a long-term replacement for Robert Lewandowski. But as always, when you talk about Barcelona, it's kind of finances. Can they get the money together to get any sort of player over the line?
Chelsea have all these guys on such long contracts. Yeah. It costs a bit to get them out of it.
Yeah, and for instance, Joao Pedro's contract runs until 2033. That's how long he's got. Yes. That's like so far away, I can't even imagine how long away that is. Who knows where we'll be in 2033. But yeah, they've no sort of sense that Joao Pedro is kind of itching to leave or anything like that. I think he's perfectly happy. World Cup on the horizon. Interestingly as well, inside that Daily Mail article, they talk about the issue of Chelsea's next head coach, who that might be. And in The Guardian today, they talk about Chelsea's players perhaps favouring Xabi Alonso as the next head coach. Now, our chief reporter, Kaveh Solokol, has been reporting this week that Alonso is front of the queue, essentially. He's got the CV for it. He's got the best CV of all the candidates.
It's his if he wants it, sort of thing.
Essentially, yeah. Chelsea have been doing due diligence on other managers, Antonio Raiola, Marco Silva. But The Guardian reporting today that the Chelsea players they talk about the Chelsea players believe the next manager must be someone who can command the respect of the dressing room, which feels strange coming from the Chelsea
dressing room.
Barcelona are seriously pushing to sign Joao Pedro from Chelsea FC this summer, but Chelsea's stance is very clear right now. He is not for sale. Reports from Fabrizio Romano and multiple English outlets claim the Blues see Pedro as a key part of their long-term project, especially after his impressive season in front of goal. Barcelona reportedly view him as a possible successor to Robert Lewandowski, but Chelsea are expected to demand a massive fee if they are ever forced into negotiations. Honestly, Barcelona's interest makes sense because Pedro fits their style perfectly, but Chelsea would look weak selling one of their best attackers after just one season. At the same time, Xabi Alonso is emerging as the leading candidate to become Chelsea's new head coach. Talks are progressing well, and several reports say Chelsea players already support the move because they believe Alonso has the authority and tactical intelligence the dressing room currently lacks. Alonso reportedly wants more control over transfers before accepting the job, and Chelsea's board appear willing to give him those assurances. If this appointment happens, it could completely reshape Chelsea's identity because Alonso is not the type of coach who accepts chaos behind the scenes. From my view, Chelsea refusing to sell Pedro is actually the smartest thing they've done in a while. The club has spent years buying talent and then panicking under pressure, but Pedro looks like one of the few forwards capable of becoming a genuine world-class attacker. Selling him now to FC Barcelona would send the wrong message completely. And if Alonso arrives, Pedro could become even more dangerous under a structured tactical system. Chelsea fans should be more excited about that partnership than any flashy new signing this summer.